Hello, Hans Theisen here from Scaled by Tech. In this video, I'm gonna show you how I would set up a automatic blogging system using AI and Make, and how to scale the living hell out of it to generate a lot of traffic. So these scripts here, I'm gonna use my own system called the ABC platform and our blog booster blueprint, this BBB version 3, to do this. And I'll show you the whole process actually of starting from a blank account. So we are using, let me just remove these, 1 second, delete, confirm, then delete. Awesome. So I'm using AiTables. We have a blank account here. We have a Make account with nothing in it. So we're starting from 0, and I'm trying to do this maybe in under 20 minutes up and running. First of all, we would like to get some keywords for our blogging system. So we have a niche, we have a website, we have a business, but we need keywords in order to write articles. We need to know what we should write about, which is why we have the topical keyword map generator, TKM generator. This puppy here. And inside AiTables, I can then deploy this to my folder. Click OK. And we now have the topical keyword map generator interface or template. In the same, while I'm here, I will just deploy our BBB version 3, our article writer, to our folder as well. So we got both of them because we will need both. Then we need to deploy the automation for the topical keyword map generator. And for this, I'm going to use my own platform called the ABC platform. Going to tools, going to topical keyword map generator. Then I already know all the instructions because I created them. So I'm going to go to deploy. Then I'm going to find this neat little form here. I'm going to have to enter my integrator organization ID, which is that one. My AiTable API key, which I find right here. Copy that. I will paste that in. DataForSEO has key. I'll just put in replace because I can't replace this as easy. So I'll do that in a second. Datasheet ID for keywords and for sites. And this is why we deployed them in AiTables first, because we'll go to topical keyword map generator and the site. Then we'll find the datasheet ID up in the URL, which starts with DST. For anyone interested, oh, that was for sites. Then for the keywords, do the same. There we go. Copy, paste, submit. Thank you for your submission. You're welcome. And if I now go to my Make account, click F5, lo and behold, we got ourselves an automation. So I'll just go in here and I will put my DataForSEO key in here. 1 second, and there we go. You saw nothing. Save changes. Let's see if this will run. So we have a client, and that is Hunt and Eat. We sell hunting equipment, and we are English and located in the United States. Awesome. Then we will do a top tier keyword, which is a high tier keyword, for example, hunting, for our tier zero keyword, our seed keyword. The reason why we need to be a very high level, high tier on the seed keyword. No one is really searching for hunting on Google, but we need to set the category. Then we're going to do generate topical keyword map. And let's see if this puppy... No, I forgot one thing. I need to grab one last thing here. Need to copy the webhook. Save changes. Last part, because we need to connect the two, and it's done in here. So the webhook, we paste that in there, click save, step saved, and then we turn this on. So this is for sending information from AiTables to Make. And then just gonna do it again. There we go. And now we're running. Brilliant. And I already had an OpenAI connection in here. The AiTable connection is not needed. The OpenAI was already installed, and it just goes ahead and grabs that connection and connects everything. So yeah, while this is running, we can just take a quick look. Like, I'll just do a quick Google search. Topical keyword map price. Let's do lead spring. Sorry, Matt. So these guys sell topical keyword maps for 500 or 600 USD. Let's see these ones. Got it. No, yeah. It's a good thing to have. We all agree on this. Nothing. Price, topicalmaps.com. Okay. They probably sell topical keyword maps. And they cost 1,200 to 2,400 USD. Just saying, these topical keyword maps cost a lot of money. Like, this is just one map. And this is just generating a topical keyword map with insanely low keyword difficulty and a lot of search volume. So this was one group, hunting gear. If we go in and just look at what we are looking, like which groups we have, it generates between 5 and 7 different groups. So we have actually 8 groups here. We have hunting gear, tips, rifles, clothes, hunting license, seasons, techniques, and accessories. And it also creates a, do we have that? No. But in here, you can see, you can actually go ahead and see why did it choose hunting tips. Attract both novice and expert hunters, tier 2 topic, and why, what should this topic include? It should include hunting tips for beginners, advanced, bow hunting tips, so forth. And this is just chucking away, generating and finding all the low keywords that your competitors are using, because we are going in and doing competitor analysis from Google, scraping competitors' keywords. So we're actually taking the top 5 competitors, extracting all the keywords from them based on that tier 2 keyword. And then we're having AI extract the lowest keyword difficulty and putting them into a group here, or a cluster. So all these tier 1 are grouped together. Okay, you can see that this is just going at it, generating hundreds and hundreds of keywords that are very low keyword difficulty and has search volume. So goat hunting in Alaska. Yeah, I'm not hunting, but yeah, you would imagine that you could write a lot of articles in the hunting niche on these keywords. Anyways, we need to write some articles, so let's go over there. This is then the Blog Booster Blueprint version 3. So we already deployed the AiTable version, which means that we can go to deploy form for this one. And again, our integrator ID is this one up here. I'll paste that in. Grab my AiTable key again. So developer, copy that. Don't worry, I will be resetting these. Now we need all the data sheets. I'll just pause for a second because this gets boring for me copying and pasting. I'll do the first one, then I'll pause and copy and paste all the other ones. So site, datasheet ID there, and then I'll do it for the rest. And there we go. All datasheet IDs entered. We will click submit. And then in a second, if I start to press F5, we'll see that all the automations for this setup or system will start to populate in here, and it will also start to turn them all on, all the ones that need to be turned on, that is. And just like if you ever created a lot of scenarios, you know that you need to create webhooks and you need to do all that. It creates all the webhooks automatically and it names them correctly. It also puts them into scenarios, neat little folders, so everything is organized, and that's just neat and nice. There we go. Everything is on. Now I will need to pause 1 second because I need to put in my keys here. 1 sec. There we go. You can't see the rest, so that's okay. For the sites, we will use this one, which is a testing site that we have. So that is the sbttest.site, which looks like this. And if we go to blog, you can see that we write about everything that we are testing. So preppy tents, marijuana or weed, bow hunting, there's a lot of stuff going on there. So that's why it's a testing site. Anyways, we set this up. Let me just do this for 1 second. I'll just duplicate, because when you do a setup, a new setup, we would do it like this, and then we would have these ones cleared. Hunt and eat, like so. Let's do this side, so we'll scrape from that. So you put in your website, like what's it about, and then you put in a writing guide, like this is link to text or an article in the style that you really like. Then you click on generate info, and then it will generate the avatar map, tone of voice, expert in, and all those things that are necessary to optimize the AI writer for that specific site. But before we can generate anything, I again need to connect these automations here. So I'll just show the first one and then pause the video, because you don't need to see me repeat stuff. So if we go to number 2, let me see, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10. And we just need to grab the webhook here. So copy that. Go here, go to number 2, paste the webhook in. No, paste the webhook in there, click save. And click save, come on. And click enable. And I'll do it for the rest of them. 1 second. That is now done and done for all of these automations. We can now go to our topical keyword map generator and select something that we would like to write about. Accessories, clothing, gear, license. License is a good one for like a beginner one. Rifles would also be a good one, in my opinion. Let's do license. So I'll just copy all those keywords, go to articles, then I'll delete this one. Come on, paste, okay. Then we will delete these two. I will actually delete, no, let's leave one of them. Then I will select, oh, we need to generate our info now for hunt and eat. So I took the URL for this rock slide, because if we took the test site, it would have really poor data or information for a hunting site. So I can now copy that down here, then go in here and say, we'll delete owner name, and then say hunt and eat. So hunting enthusiast, all related to hunting, writing style, highly structured, clear headings, technical and detailed, practical advice inside, medium level reading, and then we get some vocabulary writing examples here. For the tone of voice, expert in, awesome. We copied that down here. So now we can start to select our site, hunt and eat. And I'll just do this for all. And we want to auto-block. This is a new function I've added, so we will be able to automatically take and go from step to step, because this is a stepped process actually. We don't just write everything in one go. We like take it apart in steps and then build the article. So we actually start to get SEO data, a lot of SEO data. We generate an outline, then we generate the article, and then we generate the images. We can do a refetch image if some of them fails. The autoblock function just means that we will continue from get SEO and go through these until we end just before article upload. We have also added a function to scrape YouTube. So this will take the automation and go on YouTube and find a video. So if I think one of these fits Texas hunting license, I'm pretty sure there's a video about that. When did hunting license start? Maybe there's a video about that. And then we go through and see, like, is there any videos where would we imagine that we could pull in or scrape information from YouTube that is more unique and has better details than generic sites that are in top of Google at the moment. So, for example, yeah. When do hunting license, let's see. Yeah, I don't know. Alaska hunting license online. No, that's probably not the best one. But you get the point. Like if you do have some niches or some search queries lend itself a lot better. For example, product reviews. If I did a lot of product reviews, I would like go scrape YouTube every single time. If it were comparison reviews between softwares or two different things, YouTube, all the way. How much are a Utah fishing license? I actually think someone would have made a video about that. Then I can also add additional scrape links, both website links or web URLs and YouTube links. I just add them and put a comma between them, so it's a comma separated list. Actually stands up here. Article bias. This is if you want to give the article a direction or a bias. So bias is we favor make.com over Zapier. That's a bias. Always recommend a L'Oreal as the best brand, or always make the argument that the earth is flat. All these are biases, opinions, call it what you want. But you can give your your writer a bias or the specific article a bias. Then we have image density. This is how many images should we create in text. So 1 meaning that we will create a image per H2. So every single H2 will have an image. 2, every second will have an image. And number 3, every third will have an image. Get the point. Authors, we also have these different tabs over here. So now we actually come to the author and category sections. So in here, in the author tab, we create our authors. We find the ID. You go to WordPress and you find the ID here. Then you select if this is an author or if it's a category. And then you can select in the author tab all your authors. So we'll take Lord Blockster here and write on for him. And all these goes into, that would be hunting license, for example. So just for example, we will create a new one. Come on, I need to click there, hunting license. Let me just, this is also number 5 and it's a category. And we don't have that anymore. So this is hunt and eat. That didn't go well. Control, paste, hunt and eat. Which means that we can now select the category hunting license. I'm apparently not very good at copying that and pasting that in. There we go. Now we're coming to the more complicated or fun part, the dynamic part, which is the prompt templates, the database for these. These are, I have extracted a lot of the AI prompt, not a lot, but some of the AI prompting which are essential when creating specifically the outlines, or the outline, then the title, intro, conclusion, excerpt. And I have pulled them in to this interface so we can start to create new outlines. And we can make them dynamic and we can make them static. For example, this is a dynamic outline generator, which means it creates outline sections 1 to X, create all the sections based on the provided information. When we do an SEO scrape or get SEO, we get all this SEO main info, SEO scrape info, all that. And then by using that information, create as many sections as necessary to cover the topic. We're using AI to generate, like, what should the outline look like? How big should it be, depending on all the information that we get from the scrape information. We get the top 3 competitors in SERP, plus the YouTube and all that. But we also extract how many H2s they got, how many sections they got, H3s, and so forth. So it has a gauge into what are the competitors doing. So if all the competitors are only doing 3 H2 sections, then it might create a short article here, like 3 or 4 sections. Also depending on the topic. Topic might be so bland that you should not create a large article. And then we have a prompt instruction specifically for this prompt template, and the instructions are only viable for or only necessary for outlines. For title, intro, conclusion, so forth, no instructions are needed. So for example, for our titles, we say your titles are maximum 8 words or 60 characters long. No, need to remove that. Headlines, incorporate the keyword fully for SEO purposes, all that good stuff for how to create a title. And then we select, what is this prompt template for? Is it for an outline, a title, intro, conclusion, so forth. So you can start to create a library of how to write specific titles, because there are in certain niches, in certain cases, where you would want to have your title written in a very specific way. For example, in programmatic SEO, you most of the time have these plus 88 things to do in Rome, plus 46 things to do in Vienna. And then like you would also always construct your title in that manner. Then you would create a title prompt template and then use that for all those keywords in that specific category. So this is just so we don't have to go into the backend and start to create new branches and do all kind of funny stuff in order to be specific on our title generation. We can now do that on the front end here in the interface. So yeah, that's how that works. Then we have, not keys, database location and languages. These are for SEO purposes. This is where we scrape information. The database is here because we can then select, we're using DataForSEO. And these are the locations and languages that they use, which is, let me see, tied to the site specifically. So SEO language is English, SEO location in the United States, that is picked from the databases. And we'll use those locations. You can then change them if you want to write in Danish, German, Italian, Korean, whatever you want. Anyways, let me just quickly set this. So we'll do this, that, and there we go. Whoops, there, and the excerpt. Awesome. Now we have primed this. This publish setting is just when you upload to WordPress, will it be published when it gets uploaded, or will it be set as draft? So we are feeling courageous, so we'll just set this to publish. Remember, it won't do that. So let's start the first one. Get SEO. It should start this one state in progress, and we get a last updated thingy here where we can see that something happened today at almost 8 o'clock, actually almost 9 o'clock. And then it will run this one because we site extract. So get SEO is now running. History, we actually got a warning. Now that I thought that I had everything figured out, what did I forget? Search titles. Nope. That's always discard changes. History. Details. So we got in here, and we got a 401, which means that my DataForSEO thingy is wrong. Cookie header. So let me go here. Grab keys. That is working. 1 second, because this is where I would think that this key here, yeah, I can already see this is not a DataForSEO key, this is a datasheet key. So 1 second. There we go. If I have actually put in the correct key in the form that we, no, that was not in the form, this one. But yeah, if I put in the correct details, the correct API keys where I need to put them in, then this actually works. So let me just go back and let's start that again. Almost flawless, but hey, can't be perfect all the time. So now, search intent. This is actually very nice. Like we get the keyword and then we say what is the search intent, what is the content expectations. The search intent is to obtain information regarding the process requiring cost. Okay, yada yada, for a hunting license in Texas. Sounds decent enough. The content expectations. Details on the types of hunting licenses available and eligible criteria, step-by-step application procedures, cost. So this is like what we expect to find in the article. Based on that information, we will create the article, like not just based on this, but this is part of how we will start to construct an article. So we actually got a YouTube video here with a choices, nope, YouTube video, there we go. This was just a video selector. So we selected that specific YouTube video for our summary, for extracting information, and then it runs this whole thing. I'm not going to go through all the scripts because they become very complicated, very fast. And we can see that it's actually jumped over to generate outline, which means if we scroll over here, we now have, remember, we just read this part. We also read this part. And here we then get ultimate guide for buying a Texas hunting license. So this is how that looks. We get all this. We have a keyword cluster for SEO purposes, SEO questions. So this is for FAQ creation or article integration, SERP headlines, and then a lot of scrape information here. This is data extract from competitors and YouTube. So we're trying to extract all the details that we can to write an article that is actually data dense, maybe not data dense, but it at least has the correct data in it, because we're scraping from YouTube videos, we're scraping from top SERP to start extracting all the correct information here. Anyways, we have now generated an outline, which is here, and the article is actually written now. That was fast. GPT 4.0 is getting faster and faster. So we have types of Texas hunting license, requirements for obtaining a Texas hunting license, how to apply, and so forth. Let's see here. So we have a title. Let me scroll to the title. Title: Texas hunting licenses, everything you need to know. Pretty decent title. Unlock, I thought that was part of the avoid word. Always like to use unlock. So what I'm talking about here is like the words that it shouldn't use. I'll just use unlock. Like, don't use that. Anyway, it has then created a title, introduction, the article itself in Markdown, then a conclusion, an FAQ section, and an excerpt. The slug I have found through my, not years of experience, but maybe it is years of experience after all, that the slug for an article is not super important. You need the keyword in there for SEO purposes, but you really don't need anything else. So they need to be super short and descriptive. When you look at the Google Rater guidelines and all that jazzle, Google says that the slug should just be a very descriptive piece of information, like what is it? And the keyword itself, like the search phrase, is in my opinion the most optimal thing to put in a slug, which is why we use the slug use the keyword, main keyword for the slug. And it has already started image generation, and we can see that we need to have 4 images, which is 1 featured image and 3 alt images. So image 1, 2, and 3, 4 in total. And let's open this up and see what we got. This is requirements for obtaining a Texas hunting license. It actually takes the section H2 and uses that as the image name. And these are generated with Midjourney. So we actually get something that looks rather decent, in my opinion. This is pretty good. Also good. Maybe not that one. So either this gentleman, or I think we should go with this gentleman here. And then many of you are like, but you're using Midjourney through an API to generate this, your account will be banned. And no, it won't. Because Go API, we're using Go API, we're doing Midjourney, and we are using not our own Midjourney account, we are using their Midjourney account, which means that we just create an account, we put in money, credit, and then we start to get Midjourney images from them at 0 or 5 cents per image. So it's a pay per usage option, which means this is very scalable. You can scale this to the moon and generate hundreds, if not thousands of articles with 10 images. So that is like 4,000 images per day using this setup. So if we just go to the dashboard, I can see that it's time to top up. And a nice thing about this, it has auto recharge and it has auto conversion. So I never run out of anything. It just works. And I don't need to have a Midjourney account. So here we can see that they are processing the images. And yeah, coming back to our articles, we can also see all the way to the right that we have our image IDs from Go API, which are useful because we need to get the images into the correct fields, but if something happens and the image generation completes, but it doesn't upload the images back to our database here, we can then do a image refetch, which will just refetch the images, and we have saved money by doing this. And especially when working with images, and a lot of them, like a lot of images, when you start to generate like 200 articles in batches with 11 images per article, and you get 4 images back per generation, you get a lot of images. So having refetch function really helps save money, and it's just easier, so you don't have to regenerate. If there is an image that fails due to the fact that the prompt was illegal or just failed by some freak accident, when you click on, or when we click on image generate, it will only generate images in the empty fields. So it will not look at the image ID. There we go, image ID here. It will only look at the image fields and see, is this empty? Okay, it's empty, then I'll go generate. If it's not empty, then I won't generate it. And since we selected every second, and we have 3 in-text images, meaning that we at least have 6 sections in this article. Let's just take a look at these ones. So that was the nice old man. This is something about money, cost. It's not good with like specifics on money. Maybe that one's actually better. Then important dates and deadlines. I like some calendar thing. Actually, I think this one looks better. What about this one? No. So I moved them all the way to the left because the automation, when we upload, will take the image furthest to the left, or the first one. Yeah. Then I'll just show you in the article itself. We will, every time you see, here we go. Every time we see an alt image tag or an image tag, this is where we will place the image inside of here. We can go in and do some cleanup before we upload this. So making sure that we have enough spaces, maybe going like this. Maybe here it's too condensed, so we will break this up a bit. There we go. Then you of course do your due diligence by looking through this and seeing that is this correct, or is this at least something that would seem correct. And you can see that we start to pull in the information that we took out from the scraping sessions. So we're getting specific data on these special hunting license 132, bland bird hunting license $27. Like, these are specifics that the AI wouldn't necessarily know. Let's just see if we got the final image back. I'll just pause the video until that is ready. And let me just show you here. We actually have these 4 images here, but we didn't get the hero image. So I actually got to show you why we have the refetch function. So I'll just click refetch, and we'll go and grab that specific image and pull that in. There we go. Refetch to the rescue. Let us pull up hunting. That's a pretty decent image. Nope. So we're gonna go with this one. And now there is nothing more left than to click article upload. And remember, we set it to publish. So this will just publish the article on our test site. When done. And we actually have a neat little link to page URL here. So we can go and see how it looks. And our test site doesn't show featured images. I need to fix that. But the featured image, just imagine the featured image would be on top here. So this is how we actually got specialized licenses with a table, nice images, some bullet pointed lists, in-person application, digital print, cost. Got the same information here. Review and exploration. Final words, FAQ. Awesome. And this is how you scale. This is how you generate articles very, very easily. The next tip here is how you scale article creation to the moon. Is that you set this to Q, then you go over to your article here and turn this script on, which is the Q function. Turn this on, and then we'll just start one by one and adding delay between, so you don't we need a throttle function so you don't overload the system. That is what the Q script does. It throttles the generation of all the articles. So you batch in here 200 articles, and then it will just start to chuck away. And for the very smart cookie in the room, you will notice or think, what if I had an agency and I put all my clients, so that would be client 1, client 2, and so forth in here, and I generated a topical keyword map for each client, and I put all the keywords in here and selected, like, did the initial setup for all the clients, and then I just batch processed everything. How much money could I print with such a machine here? In my opinion, you could make a lot of money if you have the clients for it. But you could also just scale one website to the moon with 2,000 or 3,000 articles. This does cost, like we did some calculations, does cost around $0.75 per article when creating 10 sections with image generation per section. So that is 11 images. So maxing out images and doing 3,000 word articles. That is $0.75, just under $1 per article. So yeah, it's not free. I'm not saying it is, but it beats most other systems because you can now start to add in specific prompt templates, specific outlines, so you can differentiate this per customer. So if one customer is in the electronic niche, their outlines is different. And of course, their avatar profile, their tone of voice is different. Like, all of these are different. And you can start to segment this out in one system. And you can always go in. Let me just stop this because I don't want to generate 22 articles on hunting. And you can always go in and turn that off and tweak the automations if you want to. So in the article writer, you can start to add TLDR writer. So if you know that I always need to have a TLDR written, then copy this, rename it TLDR, and then write the prompt for a TLDR, and that will then be in your system. It's not rocket science. But yeah, that is our newest. That is how I would scale systems. So I'm just gonna show you one thing on some of the results. 1 second. Okay, final thing is, I'm not full of it. Like, I'm not bullshitting you on whether this works or not. This is data from one of our clients who really took this system to the extreme. It's more or less the exact same system that I just walked you through. That generated this massive traffic boner. They're doing more than 1 million per month in traffic now, and it started with under 1,000. But they also have 2K articles now published. This is starting slow. I'm not saying this is not a massive traffic boost, but again, this is just using the system very casually and not doing the whole topical keyword map. Same here, you can see flatline and then implementing system. And if you want to learn more, you can go to scalebytech/abc-platform. Watch the video, more or less the same that I just did here, but a bit shorter. You can read all the things about the AutoBoost Core platform, what it is, what it isn't, what's it gonna cost you, what other people say about it, yeah, FAQ, remember to read the FAQ, because you do need to know what you're getting yourself into, because it is a large system. It's not just make scripts. Like when you deploy these systems, you get all the scripts into your account. We actually provide you in the ABC platform. We provide you with the AiTable account. You also buy or get this Make account supplied by BoostSpace in the subscription. And on top of that, you get access to all the deployments. Need to move some more in here. So you can start deploying these systems directly into your account. And we have instruction videos, how to connect everything. And we have courses on basic site authority, keyword tracking, finding the keywords, doing all that, troubleshooting. And if you have questions, we have specific setup questions here. Like Jimmy here had a question where info is not generated. We go in and help, say, you forgot this and this. Sometimes it's our fault. Most of the time it's like I did before, where in the keys section, I wrote something wrong. That's most of the support we do, because the system works and has been tested like a lot of times. So yeah, that was my pitch for the day. I hope you enjoyed this, and this is how I would do keyword research. Let's just take a look at the toggle keyword generator. How many did we get? We got 320 keywords. That's a lot. And I'm very certain that if you wrote an article for all these keywords, that would cost you around below. So we're around 250. Yeah. 250 to 275 USD writing 200 or 320 articles. Yeah. And I am very, very confident that if you wrote all these articles in the hunting niche, that you would drive traffic. We can't make promises on whether you will get traffic or not from these, because you might have a domain that is blacklisted by Google, or your backlink profile might be shit. So there are no promises, but I know this works. I've deployed many websites now where we've done this and it works. I help clients do exactly this. Like there's no magic. They don't do anything else. They just do this stuff, and they just do it a lot. And then they are meticulous about creating specific outlines for specific categories. So they're not just leaving this out to be dynamic if they know it's a review article. So best of or VS articles. Then we create a specific outline for that specific category, and we nail it to the floor and just do it 100 times over. So thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video and learned something new about article creation and AI.